This is Louie, and if you want to support my channel, head on over to J-List and buy yourself some Japanese imports. If not, head on over to Play Asia and buy yourself some games or gaming merchandise. If you don't want to buy anything, head on over to my account on Subscribestar and support me directly there. All the links can be found in the description. So this is Louie, and it's a Sunday afternoon. I decided that while I'm working on the chores that I have to do around the house, I should talk about the big green lie, which is what I'm going to call this video. And it's about House Resolution 109, recognizing the duty of the federal government to create a Green New Deal. And this resolution has 67 all-Democratic co-sponsors in the House. This resolution was created by none other than Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or as I like to refer to her as Alexandria Cortez. I understand that she's not even Mexican, but I thought about that when I was washing some towels. I was like, you know what? That reminds me of that Mexican song, which I can't remember the name of. So I'm going to crack open this cold one, this Arizona Mucho Mango tea. I don't know if no, it's just a fruit juice cocktail. So I'm going to drink this, and we're going to talk about the big green lie. We're going to talk about this resolution. I couldn't believe that this was true when I first heard about it. I was like, no, this has to be like, you know, a Republican, damage control or political op. You know what I mean? Like, this has to be them doing some kind of tactic to shit on this House resolution because it's some crazy socialist bullshit. So in saying that, I'll talk about what the actual resolution is before we get to the fun of it. So this bill is nothing more than a load of progressive talking points about Native Americans, about black people, how they're the eternal victims. That's part of it. Then there's regulations revolving around all industries, all fields, all sectors in the economy, printing money to pay for this shit, regulating the hell out of those industries. I mean, a huge portion of this bill is basically setting up that because there is exhaust or because there is pollution, we now then need to regulate all industries that create pollution, which is all of them. So this is basically just the step in the direction of a planned economy, essentially. And no, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. I encourage you to go read the actual bill. Go read this House resolution. It's gonna be the first link in the description. Go read it. So what else is in this bill that is unbelievable? Well, how about the regulation of all vehicle manufacturing, meaning industrial vehicles of all sorts, whether it's commercial or heavy machinery, all heavy machinery, all commercial vehicles, and all domestic vehicles as well. Total regulation of all machine manufacturing, in effect, in the United States. All. Federal regulation, full federal regulation of all public transportation, all, nationwide. A high-speed railway system that would not be finished up until the time I would have grandchildren. Maybe I would hope to be alive by the time this high-speed railway system is built at the cost of potentially trillions. On top of that, on top of everything I've already mentioned, you have universal health care as part of this bill. Yes, full public health care that eliminates private health care. And for whatever reason, more federal regulation on water, air, food, and potentially also environmental regulations in terms of more federal oversight over anything involving building in nature, woods, forests, whatever. I want to make it clear that I am not a conservative, at least philosophically. For those of you that were here when I did the political compass test, I have moved, I have drifted, I have veered into the right, but I am still not a philosophical conservative. Regardless of that, this bill, if you read it, is fucking absurd. It would cost tens of trillions to do this. It would destroy our economy. If you pass this bill, we will become Venezuela. Mark my words. This bill gets passed, we become Venezuela. Because for Christ's sake, the way that they're claiming that they're going to pay for this, from the horse's mouth, is in effect going, fucking inflation, fuck that. Who gives a shit about inflation? Like, that's how you pay for this? Are you fucking kidding me? Tax everyone who's making fucking 10 grand a year, 100%, print money. That's how we fucking pay for this, in effect. Run deficits forever. Run budget deficits to such a degree we could never pay this ever and become insolvent as a nation. That is, in effect, what happens if we pass this fucking bill. You don't have to be a conservative to read this and realize that this is fucking insane. And a huge number of Democrats, well-known Democrats, go read the actual resolution, who's sponsoring it. You'll see some names that you remember, that you know of, that are well-established Democrats who are on board with this nation-ending bill. House Resolution 109, America becomes insolvent. So how was this absolutely insane bill introduced? Well, it was on Alexandria Cortez's own website, on her the blog portion of her website. Now, the bill by itself is insane, but what is the thing that has everyone freaking out? It's this line in the proposals, the bullet points. Economic security, which is just, in effect, public assistance, welfare, to all who are unable or unwilling to work. We already have disability, so if you're unable to work, disability already exists. It's the second half of this, unwilling to work. So if I refuse to work, according to this, I'm getting welfare.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
It doesn't require someone to be on the far right. It requires someone of sane mind to realize that this proposal is so absurd that utopian as a descriptor isn't even accurate. This is satire. This is how I would satirize a socialist. It is something that you can barely mock. I can't even mock this. We're going to provide welfare for those who are unwilling to work, let alone every fucking thing else in this insane proposal. By the way, what I love about this too is the fact that it's a comprehensive 10-year plan. Bitch, do you have any fucking idea how many decades it's going to take to build half the shit that you want to build? Do you have any fucking conception of how long public works projects take? 10 years, my ass! But anyways, this is something that sent everyone over the edge. Everyone was talking about this. So many right-wing pundits were talking about this. Tucker Carlson was talking about this. He went as far to invite on this Cornell professor who endorsed this in an op-ed, I believe, for the Huffington Post. But here's where it gets fucking insane. Here is where the title comes from.
Do we ever pay people who are, quote, unwilling to work?
We never would, right? And AOC has never said anything like that, right? I think you're referring to some sort of document that some doctored document that somebody other than us has been circulating.
Oh, I thought that came right from her. That was in the background or from her office, is my understanding.
No. She's actually tweeted it out to laugh at it. If you look at her latest tweets, it seems that apparently some Republicans have put it out there. I don't know the details.
Good. Well, then thank you for correcting me. I mean, because it seemed a little ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as the idea that we're going to build enough light rail to make airplanes unnecessary, which I think actually is from the plan.
I don't know where you got that either, Tucker. I actually believe that you're actually on our side about this if you actually read the actual plan, right? There's nothing about getting rid of anything. It's about expanding menu options, right? I mean, there are many, many things we want to be able to do now in addition to what we already do. So where's the airplane disappearance coming from? I'm not really clear on where that originates.
Well, I could actually get it for you. This is
that would be great.
Frequently asked questions released by her office. And I'm quoting from it. Maybe this is fraudulent, in which case I hope you'll correct me. But it says that the Green New Deal would, and I'm quoting, totally overhaul transportation, and that would mean, quote, building out high-speed rail at a scale where air travel would stop becoming necessary. Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono responded to that by saying that would be hard for Hawaii. So I don't think that's made up.
This guy goes as far as to say that this original proposal from Cortez's website and all the things that people are freaking out about, that this is nothing but a big lie, that none of this is real, that we're all making this up. We can link directly back to their website, but none of this is real. So how in the world can he say that this is all a lie? Well, it's because someone from Cortez's campaign, or maybe even herself, Cortez, she took down this blog post on her website. But the problem is, you can go back and see this. You can go back and find the document. You can just use the Wayback Machine, find this webpage, look at the document itself. But let's just say this is a forgery. Like he says in this video. He says it's all a forgery. And so is Cortez. Cortez has also said that this is a forgery. I'll find the tweet. I'll show it to you. She says it's all a forgery. It's all fake news. None of this is real. Unfortunately, people on the right, some of them are falling for this op-ed, which is obfuscation. It's saying, no, this, and this is a lie. We got this Snopes piece. We got this. We got that. They're not actually addressing this original blog post, this original document, what is actually being proposed, what is actually being put forward as principles, as objectives, as goals, as statements of what is intended with this. But here's the problem. Some tech-savvy people, some people that actually understand the web and all the rest, they managed to find the original document on NPR, which was the other source of the original blog post that they linked to. So NPR has this document. It isn't just on Cortez's own website. Cortez sent this to NPR to publish. This is real. You can demonstrate that this is real. It came from you. And yet, she had the fucking balls to lie and say that everyone was making it up. We're all just making it up. We're all just lying. We're all just trying to shit on her for her ridiculous deal that would, reduce the fucking United States, the most powerful economy in the world. It would reduce it to insolvency. Her proposal is real. We can demonstrate it. It's right there for us to read. You link to it yourself, you dumb bitch. And the fucking original blog post on your own blog that says that you're going to give welfare for people who are unwilling to work, we can demonstrate it fucking exists. It was real. What a fucking charade. What a fucking lie. What a liar. What an attempt to, I don't want to use the word gaslight. I don't want to use the word because I hate the fucking word. But this is such a lie that it is something that can only be linked to fucking whoever the fuck said it, Goebbels, or whoever said the big lie. Just repeat a huge lie enough times and people believe it. Bro, this is unreal. Who the fuck do you think you're fooling? We can demonstrate that this did come from your website. You made the mistake of linking it off-site to NPR, who's then kept the document for all of us to review, and it's right there. It's the same fucking thing. And even your own House resolution, which is on the congressional website, it's something that would not only prove to be impossible, but destroy our economy. We would become Venezuela. Through this method, through all this regulation, through printing money, through not controlling inflation, through 1 million public works projects that we could never pay for, and that would take decades to ever even complete, if they even were, if the country didn't fall the fuck apart in the process. But do you want to know what annoys me the most about all of this? It isn't, reducing the United States to insolvency. It's not her lying. It's not any of that. The most annoying thing about this is this page, because this to me is just progressivism in a nutshell. It is just goals. It is just goals. There's no principles, there's no philosophy, there's no standards, there's no means, there's no nothing. It is just goals. We may not be able to pay for any of this, but our goals, they're never changing. You can't pay for any of this. You can't achieve any of this. Half of this shit are constructs that exist in your own mind and nowhere else. Systematic racism and inequality and all the poor natives. None of this shit is real. None of this shit is happening. None of this shit you can demonstrate. This is pure ideology and nothing else. And that, to me, is all progressivism is. You have no standards, no principles, no philosophy, no nothing other than some bullshit goals, utopian nonsense based on fucking concepts that exist only in your own mind and not in reality. That is the most annoying part of all of this. Is yet again, this is Kyle Kulinski, this is Alexandria Cortez, this is Cenk Uygur, this is progressivism.jpeg.doc. Whatever the fuck document this actually is, PDF, goals.pdf. Nothing else. You have no underlying philosophy. It's just some nonsense you want to achieve based on shit in your own mind. Shit you cannot demonstrate. Because you have nothing based in reality to just keep you linked, keep you locked down to reality. Because you have nothing constraining you. You just invent shit that can never be achieved. And if it were ever attempted, it would bankrupt the United States. We could never pay the debts of the money we would have to borrow or print to ever achieve this. And when called out on it, when said that this is insane, what you're proposing is impossible, and you're calling for welfare for people unwilling to work how would you ever even produce the revenue to tax to achieve this? You're giving welfare to everyone, regardless of whether they're being productive or not. They're producing things, they're generating revenue. How would you even tax them? What would you even tax? This is insane. And yet you have the gall to lie about it. You lie about this. You lie, you bald-faced lie. One of your proxies lies, this Cornell professor lies to Tucker Carlson's face, well, in effect, on his own show. Just lies and says that we're all just making this up. Everyone's lying. What we can show is actually true, and that this proposal isn't fucking bonkers. Even when you printed your own op-ed on HuffPost, fucking endorsing it. Anyways, I'll leave it there for all of you to consider, because I don't really have much more to say. I'm legit flabbergasted by this. I am legit looking at this and going, I don't even know what to say. Oh my fucking God, what is happening to the Democratic Party? Half the goddamn House fucking endorsed this. You're serious with this? You're serious with this as a proposal? But anyways, thanks for listening. Be sure to like this video, share this video, comment below. Support me on Subscribestar rather than Patreon, and visit my affiliate links below. And sit back and enjoy 2019, because so far it's been fucking insane.
Porque cantando se alegra.